Man. Hey guys, how you doing? This is Deshaun Woodsy, a City of Coaches podcast. This is a very special episode, obviously, because of the fact that, due to the COVID-19, we had a halt on the scheduling, and it's the safest way everyone's communicating, right? All our favorite shows are doing Zoom now, so I guess we're going to do it in the City of Coaches. I have Coach Dale Jones out of Tucson, and I got Coach George Courtney. You guys are alum of the City of Coaches podcast. Totally appreciate you guys. Without you two, I don't even know we'd be where we're at. So I tell you, I always want to say thank you guys 100%.
Appreciate it.
George, I'm gonna hit you first. How's it been for you so far? During this process. I'm sure you miss your classroom and stuff, like you said.
Yeah, for me, I do miss my classroom and my kids. It's just it's tough. I mean, as you all know, I'm also the automotive instructor there at Casa Grande. Yeah. And I got some unfinished projects. I mean, it's I want to get in with my kids or even just myself just to, finish some of them automotive projects or get them started to get them closer to being done. But this time is kind of a good time. It's kind of a blessing. I'm using this time to better myself, just reflect on a lot of my life's journey. And I'm also, trying to finish up my master's degree at Ball State University. So I'm almost done with this term, and by the looks of it, I'll have my master's degree by the end of July. So I'm excited.
So you've been keeping focus and finishing up that master's, man. We always, me and Coach Jones definitely support you in that. Coach Jones, how you been doing so far?
Like I said, man, I'm doing good. Kind of trying to follow. I talked to George quite a bit. He also been motivating me. I enrolled into my master's program. I start in 2 weeks at Cal Baptist University in kinesiology. And that's just to have a stepping stone to get me over the hump to coach college basketball. That's my ultimate goal. Like I tell people, I teach as well English, but that's my job. But coaching college basketball will be my career. So I think there's a big difference in that. Job is to help you sustain your life and what you're doing, and just to get you throughout the day and throughout your life. But once you have a career, you're still doing the same thing you're doing, but it's something you love and you want to do. For me, they're both the same, coaching high school and coaching college. I'm just coaching basketball.
Coaching that ball, coaching that rock. And, college is the goal for both of you guys, but obviously I think it's probably more. Y'all might be an NBA on an NBA bench with that education that y'all putting out there too. And it actually helps the kids strive for more as well because they're going to continue your education 100%. So outside of that, I got a couple things to ask you guys. So I never really got deep into – so I had a segment. And I wanted to ask one at a time, obviously, because I want, each other to get lost. So, Coach Jones, I'm going to hit you first.
Okay.
I don't know if you need a piece of paper right now.
I got one ready.
Dang, I'm going to have to get one too.
I'm ready. Always.
Go ahead, Coach. You can get your paper.
Yeah.
We need your top 5 NBA basketball teams and your top 5 college teams. And that's the year.
Top NBA teams or players?
Teams, not players. We hit players already, so teams.
Teams. Dang. Yeah. And then top college team?
Uh-huh.
Ooh, that's tough. Hit me on the spot. Woo. I would have to go with Lakers Showtime. Showtime. I have to go with them.
Mid-'80s or early 80s? I guess they had the whole 80s, so never mind.
Yeah. I have to go the Showtime team. That's one. And then stay with the Lakers dynasty with Kobe and Shaq. Man. The main ones with Robert Horry. The team with Robert Horry when he hit that.
Okay, so the 2000s, early 2000s.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. I will have to go with the San Antonio Spurs with the Twin Towers. With the Twin
99?
Towers. Yep, 99.
Okay.
That's 3. 4, it's a toss-up between the Detroit Pistons with Isaiah Thomas and the Bad Boys.
Mid-80s, late 80s, yeah, okay.
Because of that dog they got. It's a toss-up between them and then the Sacramento Kings that were there to get to the championship every year, but they just kept falling against the Lakers.
I just seen Mike Bibby the other day, actually.
Yeah, I think they would have won. If the Lakers didn't beat them, they would have won championship.
Especially, I mean, they had shooting look at Pager, he was shooting way beyond it. He could shoot today if he was playing.
Yeah, so it's a toss-up between them, and obviously you got to go with the Bulls team with Michael. That's just
which one, 93 or 96?
See, people are going to expect the 96 because the Last Dance is out and everything, so the hype is there. I have to go the first 3.
Horace Grant was a dog. No one talks about Horace.
No one talks about Horace. No one. And the thing is, they won their first 3. So now they know what it takes to win that second set of 3. Right, you know what I mean? They kind of know, this is what we have to do. That first 3, you don't know. You win the first one, it's like, all right, come back the second time, this is tough. And then to win that third one, all right. So then he came back, it's like, man, I know what to do to win 3 in a row. I know what it takes now. So, but that first 3.
Yeah, I mean, especially that 3. And I get the whole documentary. I know, some of us haven't seen it yet. But anyway.
Yep.
All right, yep. Coach Courtney, what you got for us? Did you give your last 5 after Coach Courtney done?
Yeah.
Dang, so we're gonna start with the pros, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. I'm a Bulls 96 fan. I mean, I love that whole team.
Okay.
Kukoc, Longley, Rodman. And that was probably one of my top teams I thought was invincible. Second is, and I got to agree with Coach Jones, throwing in Kobe and Shaq. I like that group a lot. And then the third I got is the Bad Boy Pistons. And then these last 2 are just kind of a toss-up of just my favorite, I guess, players. One would be the Magic from the 90s. I love Penny Hardaway. I thought if that team stayed together, they could have been really good if Penny stayed healthy. Who else is on that team? Of course, Penny, Shaq.
Anderson. Yeah.
Nick Anderson. That guy was pretty underrated. Dennis Scott was another one.
Dennis Scott, yeah.
Then the last team I got to throw out there, the Seattle Supersonics, man, with the Glove and Sean Kemp.
Okay, all right.
I like watching them play, man. That was just, my team I enjoyed watching play. I think if they had some more moves, some more pieces, they could have been really good. I think, Sean Kemp battled some injuries too, but I love watching that team play growing up. So I'm, me being 33, I know Coach Jones that we're all about the same age. It's that 90s, mid-90s, early 2000s we love really watching,
Yeah. Especially it was only on NBC. Now, it's different. Everyone watched the same game back then. Now you got so many options to watch different games. It may be good. Maybe you get to see your favorite team. Coach, before you answer that question for the next 5, Coach Jones, I want to hit you. I want to hit both of you guys with your opinion about the fact that, you guys are both dibble-dab in AAU, correct?
Yep.
Right. So with this coronavirus, these phases that they're phasing out sports for, it'll be a while before that. What is some advice you'll have to parents? Because you guys, it's really hard to say because y'all don't know either. But we're gonna wing it as we go. Parents who kids who really feel like that's their development period. How do they keep their kids going and active? Someone just asked me that on my email just now. Coach Jones, you can go first. Yeah.
Okay. It's funny you asked, or mention that because today I just mentioned to my little sister about my niece. I'm trying to get her more involved in basketball. And I just questioned, like, is she dribbling the ball? She's like, no. I'm like, just, I don't care if she's sitting in her room dribbling the ball. Just, she needs to have a ball in her hand. But I think parents just needs to be proactive and just make sure their kids are ball handling, doing something of that sort. Me and my boy, we just had a conversation. His cousin, who lives in Cali, you know, she's a freshman playing varsity basketball. And he wants me to make videos for her, ball handling videos for her, so I can send her so she just works on her ball handling. So I'm just start doing that. So, you know, these kids can still benefit even though they're not able to play outside. So you can still be able to work on your game. You should be ball handling 24/7 right now. This is the best thing to do right now.
Very innovative with that, with you making the videos for the young lady. And that's very exciting. Coach Courtney, what you got?
Sheesh. With these,
let me stop you. I'm only asking because with your situation, you're more in the rural area, so it's really almost so much in the area, so that you will definitely be spoken to in that area.
Well, it's difficult right now. I mean, you know, some of the local hoops in the area, just on the outside courts, they've taken down the backboards. You know, I drove around Casa Grande because I had some of my, you know, my players there, student athletes there, just reach out to me like, hey, you know, is there stuff we can do? Right. And I just said, well, what? You know, I just was in town over there just driving around, and I just couldn't believe they shut down all the public parks, which I understand is for safety. If not, people be gathering running fives. But I told them you still can do ball handling. There's still workouts you can do with ball handling and conditioning. You know, if they didn't have access to weights, they could still do things like push-ups and, you know, with their body weight or things with resistance. So some of the kids who are real serious about the sport, they've been working out. I know two of my kids, I've actually kind of popped in and did a miniature training session from my car. I'm sitting in the car yelling out instructions. So
social distancing.
It was kind of, you know, it was very interesting. But I know a lot of coaches been getting really creative with, you know, like what Coach Jones brought up, you know, doing videos. You know, that's what I've been getting some PD in as well, professional development, as far as some of the coaching conferences through, you know, the internet. So these are some of the things that other coaches around the country has been sharing, you know, across the board by utilizing social media, video technology to reach their athletes to stay in shape and keep going.
That's good. Very innovative with what you're saying as well. So, you know, basically, you really do have to be creative in this time period. So it does sound like it, you know. So I'm gonna name some names in basketball, and each one of you guys have the opportunity to say what you think about that person. Coach Courtney will go to first. Grant Hill.
Grant Hill, man, you know what? I have a lot of respect for that guy, for what he did for the game. I know he was involved with a lot of community things outside of basketball. I did really like when he played for the Pistons, and unfortunately he got hurt, but it was great that I'm a big Phoenix Suns fan, so he was able to come here and finish his career here. So ton of respect for that guy. You know, followed him from college all the way through the pros.
Coach Jones?
Personally, I think he would have been, I don't know, maybe without his injuries, he might have been considered the GOAT. Maybe. Just with the skill set he had, the mentality he had. And people forget, he was a dog, but he just didn't carry himself that way. Just the way he grew up. You know, he grew up kind of, you could say, it's like a silver spoon almost. Like, Yeah, he was wealthy. So he didn't have to come through that little hard, rugged lifestyle, but he was still a dog. And when he came in that league, even in college, he was a problem. I think injuries hindered him from becoming as good as he could have been.
Okay, so we got that one. All right. Jamal Mashburn.
Jamal Mashburn.
Right, just me.
What,
same word, Coach.
Mavs era or the Heat? I liked him. You know, I used to play NBA Jam as a kid. You know, on the.
You can talk college too. It doesn't have to be the NBA. It can be college as well because he was a beast in college.
No, I thought he was a beast too. I mean, I liked his. He was just relentless and tough. I loved his game as well.
The first thing that comes to my mind when y'all hear Jamal Mashburn is like just a laugh. I don't know why. It's just, but I don't know. In college, he was a beast, but I think when he came to the pros, it just wasn't as good. He just had that name though, but I think he was a great role player. Great role player.
I would say that too. Jim Ash, I think about him being successful post NBA because of his Papa John's franchise and stuff like that. He done really well for himself outside of that. Speaking of entrepreneurs, here's another one, Latrell Sprewell. Same order, Coach. Same order.
Go ahead, George. You take it.
No, I'm just like, man, this is on the spot. I mean, that's, again, I did use him when I played, NBA Jam at the arcade, playing for Warriors. That was my game back in the day. But my go-to team goes back to, it was my starting lineup for NBA Jam was Penny Hardaway and Nick Anderson with the Magic. I torch everybody in threes.
Sprewell. The first thing I think of when I hear Sprewell is his shoes. his spinning rim shoes he had.
Oh, spinning rims. Because he had spinning rims too, though. But I get it.
That's the first thing I think of. And also, who dunk was it? Was it Kobe's dunk when he went baseline with the reverse?
Oh, yeah, that was Kobe's dunk.
That's what I think of when Latrell Sprewell. I think of the shoes and then Kobe's dunk with the reverse.
Charles Sprewell, what comes to mind, of course, the spinners. That's when I was in high school. I mean, we were about to high school at the same time. I graduated in 2004 with Dada Supreme. I remember first it was, C-Dub, Chris Webber that had them really shiny, I don't know, fake, shiny chrome.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The Air ones.
And then, Latrell Sprewell came in with the spinners. That was like kind of the next line. What I think of that guy, man, that guy was just, he was a thug, man, choking out his toes.
Yeah, he was a dog.
Off the court, shenanigans, getting to it with teammates. He was a scrappy dude. I guess you could say a lot of it close to how I played. I was a scrappy dude too. I never choked out no coach, but
right. Who was that again?
I think that was when he was at the Knicks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that coach. Damn, what's the name of him?
Was it
He
Carlisle?
ended up being like a TV announcer. Huh?
No, it wasn't Carlisle. I'm trying to think which coach it was.
No. He ended up being on Pop's bench as well. Got his name. All right. So I have to hit you guys with this one. And then I have to talk about a special player. To my mind, we're going to talk about the numbers and their underappreciation. So there was an era in basketball where NBA was kind of like, I think that would probably be, we were in high school too. I would say NBA was kind of like, So what do you guys think about the N1 mixtape era? I told you, it's loose, baby. We got it. We got it all today.
N1 mixtape era. That was back in high school. That's when N1 was being sold at Foot Locker and Champ Sports. It was still
everywhere.
Man, that was crazy. I mean, I remember some of my buddies trying to add some of those, them hot sauce moves. My point guard, I came up with a nickname for him. I used to call him Tabasco. Good stuff, man. I thought it was cool. Definitely, I thought it kind of took the game to I saw a lot more 1-on-5,
Yeah.
playing during that time opposed to running systems. That's just my view as a player. A lot of the guys when I played club out in Hawaii, it was like, oh yeah, let's try to do this move and that move, try to mimic the mixtapes. In fact, I had it on VHS. I think 1, 2, and 3. My buddy, he was recording those videos and selling them for like $5. And
he was.
He gave me one of them and had 3.
Some money off of it, huh?
Yeah, made I think VHS. That's probably back home in my room. I have 1, 2, and 3 on the same VHS tape. I think they're like 15 to 20 minutes long.
They are a little
very
long.
Interesting era.
Coach Jones, you got anything on that area?
I just keep it short, man. And one was at that time, it was everything. With the gear,
it was though.
Shoes,
it really was.
The hype. And it was just something new, and it was flashy. And coming from California, that's mostly how we played for a little bit. So it was just something new. I mean, it was great. I loved it. And then it ended up dying out, and it didn't last long.
Yeah, that type of situation. I feel like it died, but it came somewhere else. It came in today's game. I'm just joking.
Exactly.
All right, so there's a special player today, right? I was sitting here, and I know some of us haven't seen the documentary. That's fine, but we can go over their numbers, right? A lot of people are saying like how Scottie Pippen was underappreciated during that time frame with the Bulls, the 99, basically the whole time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I look at that, he got 10 all defensive 10s, 6-time championship, obviously 7 All-Stars. So I want to go to 94, 95 season, right? Or I'll say 93 to 95. So right before Jordan came back. I think we were probably around I don't know, we probably was like 6, 7 at the time or something like that. But
yeah.
Do you guys feel Scottie was underappreciated? Should he be a top 20 player of all time?
Can I take it over? Yeah. I think he had all around game. He could defend. He had offensive capability. I mean, It showed more when he went to Portland. Later in his career, but he definitely, I feel should be in top 20 just because. I mean, look at the story, coming from an NAIA school as a manager, getting onto the team to motivate and get himself that way. Just those leaps and bounds, what he brings to the table as far as tenacity and I think he should be a top 20.
Coach, what you got?
I would agree. Just of his skill set, what he's capable of doing, what he was able to do, top 20 player in the league. But also, you got to think there's so many great players that are still coming in the league. So it's hard to say you're going to be top 20.
I don't know.
You have 2 to 5 great players that are coming every year. So it's very difficult. I feel like I know you said with the Bulls underappreciated him. I don't know. Everyone's getting mad and in their feelings about it because of like that contract he signed and everything like that. At the end of the day, it was his decision to not ask for money. That's a terrible business mindset. It was a terrible business mindset he had. And I know he did it because he said he wanted to make sure his family was taken care of. It was terrible. Terrible business mindset. You can just tell the difference. How Jordan did it and how Pippen did it with his contract extension. Before, like you said, before Jordan came back, Bulls were still winning.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah, they were totally winning. Like, if it wasn't for the Magic, they probably would have went to the championship again.
Yeah.
Like, really, truthfully.
Yep.
And they would have played Houston.
Yeah, I just feel like he was just uneducated in the business aspect to make a right deal for him at that time.
I definitely think, I don't know, like his situation. I think he was just under pressure with having to take care of that family and stuff.
Yeah.
But he had a good but people discredit the fact that he could have had another championship with the Blazers if Shaq wasn't involved.
Yep, for sure.
If Shaq wasn't involved, I definitely think they would have took the Blazers would have took LA. As much as I love Kobe, Kobe wasn't Kobe yet. He was still young. But he would have had a 7. He did okay. I know he didn't like Charles Barkley that much, but he played with the Rockets. But that Blazers team was a really good team.
Yeah.
And that's why I've been doing basketball wise. I've been looking old games I probably even looked at before. One day I watched 9 games. I watched 2 Jordan games in the 70s, the 70s, but the 80s. I watched the against the Celtics twice. Just because on the TV they do the little highlights and stuff like that. But I wanted to see more. So we talk about our personal favorites, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely want to hit on something for you guys, right? I'm gonna go, Coach Jones. I'm gonna go with you first. So if I'm a dean at it's at mid-major college, right, and I bring you in for a communication about basketball and a communication of what some things you want to bring. I'm not saying this is a full-out interview, but who knows who sees this? So you can actually bring to an organization program, benefits you if you to be a college coach right now.
Yeah, my main
That's
thing
you, Coach
is
Jones.
my main thing is especially for the college level. I believe a lot of problem with college coaches is they go in, they try to recruit, and they're selling the program, right? And that's what most people want to do. They want to sell the program of the school they're at.
Right.
Look at my facilities. Look at what I do. Look at the school's prestige. Look at the atmosphere, stuff like that. I feel like that's part of it, but me personally, I'm selling you me. I'm selling you what I could do for you, not the program. Be a father figure. I'm gonna tell you how good I am as a coach, how great I am as a person, and what I can do for you, not only during basketball, but after basketball. And how I can relate to you, and I've been in the same situations you've been in, and get a better coach who's gonna motivate you and be behind you than I am. I'm not worried about the weight room yet. I'm not worried about the school atmosphere, because regardless, the atmosphere, if it's terrible, we're gonna play. I'm gonna be right there with you. You're not gonna worry about the atmosphere because we're gonna be so involved in the game together. We're changing the atmosphere together. So that's how I would sell myself if I was talking to the dean. That'd be one thing I would relate to him. And that's how you get recruits. It's all about trust. Trust me. Don't trust the school. Trust me. And then just tell them the plans in the future. And you talk to the dean and tell them what your expectations are, not only for this year, but in the future of the school, and how it can benefit the school having myself there.
Okay. Coach Courtney?
Man, so how I would sell, myself to recruits is, I got to agree with Coach Jones. I mean, that's why, we click very well. We're very similar. It's more than basketball. It's kind of guiding these boys and the young men, just to be a support and a guidance to help elevate them to have that confidence to accomplish their goals. For me, yeah, maybe I'm looking at it. My high school career was the top of my playing career, but there's other things in life that I was able to accomplish, like even finishing my degree later in life, against all odds. It's
right. Yeah.
I got back into school late. I had a big change in career, and sharing that with my journey with those my athletes, and showing them that, hey, I'm the type of guy that I can take you to the next level because I took my own self to the next level. There was a bad point in my life where I lost my job and my family, and I was able to, instead of taking the easy way out, I used that time to put together a plan, and I went out and I'm making strides in accomplishing those goals. And I feel that if that can rub off on any student athlete that I come into contact with and am able to work with, I think sky's the limit for them as well. That I'm gonna push them, I'm gonna motivate them to, hey, if your goal is to get to that next level, whatever that level is, I'm that coach that's gonna push you and that's gonna get all the resources for you to get you to that reaching your goal.
It's exciting information from both of you guys. It definitely shows that you guys will lead by emotion, like more of a player relationship. I could tell, even, me being a former college coach, I was all X and O's. That's one thing I wish I would have been more emotionally available. But, being that I got the opportunity so young, I had to, be the big wolf on top campus, right? So, definitely if I was able to go back to the college coaching game, I definitely would focus on the relationship versus being the top dog. So that was one of my disappointments as a college coach. So I'm excited to see both of you guys. Both of you guys are striving further education, such as like that. So I know what you guys get there, I know what's going to happen. You guys are going to do what you got to do. So you guys can give me, Coach Jones, you first. You give me your 5 top college teams.
Man, that's tough, man. That's tough.
I can give you some time. I got my 5 already listed.
Go ahead, George. Go ahead.
Okay.
All right. Well, I love college basketball. Unfortunately, I was heartbroken that March Madness got shut down. I'm the type of guy, I like to root for all the underdogs. That's right. Just me. I like these schools that come out of nowhere and they just get hot. Top 5, my first one is Loyola Marymount. Man, I love Hank Gaddis. I love, Bo Kimball. I love that team. Ooh. That running gun, man. That's I just can't wait to try to get a program and implement that system. The next would be UNLV, man, the Running Rebels with Stacey Ogman and Larry Johnson. Then third, these is in no particular order. I gotta throw in the Michigan Fab Five, man. Those guys just, man, they started that culture shift, man, in basketball. It was, I watched that 30, probably one of my favorite 30 for 30s as well. And I do watch their film. The last 2 I got to say is VCU when Shaka Smart was there, Havoc defense. And the last is Butler when, what's the name of that coach? I can't think of his name right now. Brad Stevens was there, making those back-to-back final runs with, these other schools are bragging they got 5-star athletes. This guy had some 2 and 3 stars and got them up there. So definitely, that's who I like, them underdogs.
Okay. Coach Jones, what you got?
Well, first, like George, man, college basketball is everything. It's tough. My favorite coaches is obviously Tom Izzo. That's my favorite team, favorite coach, just the style coach he is and how he just makes his players better. I just love the way he coached Virginia. I love that coach as well and their style. But when we go just teams in general, you got to go with Fab Five. You got to, hands down. You got to go with them. Man, I would say the 05-07 Gators winning the back-to-back championship.
05-06. Okay.
Oh, yeah. They won two nationals.
Yeah.
That's 2. You got to go with the 5 Slamma Jamma.
Ooh.
You got to go with the 5 Slamma Jamma.
Okay. We talking.
I did like the Loyola Marymount one. I would go with the Running Rebels, just that dog in them. And then I would personally, man, I did like Arkansas back in the day. If you watch the YouTube videos of just how they play full court, man,
You talking about Nolan Richardson?
Yeah, it's that one. But I might have to go just back in the day, man. It's just a classic. I didn't see them, but just they made a movie off of it. The UTEP, the Texas Western, man.
Who Nolan Richardson was on.
Yeah, I might just go with that.
Yeah.
I might just have to go with that. That'd be my 5. That'd be my 5.
I like that 5. I like both of you guys 5, actually. It's a really, really good teams. Good programs. Yeah, March Madness, unfortunately, March Madness is not going to happen.
Yeah.
NBA might not happen. Who knows?
Terrible.
So, before we go today, because I feel like we should talk again soon, before this quarantine is over. Before we go, when I was at Tanker Verde, one of my players, I don't know, those kids is weird. They had found a video of, me rim jumping in high school. I don't know how they found it, okay, or whatever. I mean, we're talking about 2005, okay? So I was embarrassed because the way they were like, because first of all, like, obviously, guys, I'm very too aggressive. So I'm like, what you laughing at my practice for like that? They was like, so I guess eventually I calmed down over there. And he was like, no, you got to see this, Coach Woods. And I was like, I was so embarrassed. I'm really scrawny and skinny and stuff like that. So I had to ask you guys, one by one. Coach Jones, you go first. What is your most embarrassed situation in high school on the court?
As a coach or a player?
As a player. No, as a player.
Ooh, that's easy. Well, I don't know if you guys know. I'm sure you do, but I only played 1 year of high school ball, my senior year.
Right. Yeah, you told me.
Yeah, I went to 4 high schools. But I remember I was considered like Ben Wallace of my team, right? And that's what they compared me to. And we had, D1 player on the team. I think we went like 26-3 that year, played against James Harden in the semifinals, all that. I was getting recruited by one of the local junior colleges. And I never dunked in the middle of a game, never. And this was like in the playoff game, and we were blowing them out. I got a steal, fast break, and I go up. I'm like, man, I'm about to dunk this easily now. I went up, and when I jumped, now I'm a 2-foot jumper. So in my mind, I was like, man, I jumped too far. So I'm just like reaching now, like, oh, I'm going to reach. But supposedly I wasn't reaching. I like cocked it back. So it made people think like I was just trying to showboat. Like they said like my arm just extended way back. But in my mind, I'm reaching because I'm about to miss this.
Oh, gosh.
So I hung so bad. And then my coach pulled me out. And then the college coach said, man, you had a great game except for that last play. And then I was like, yeah. So that was one. And then another one in the playoff game again, like the second round. Like I said, I was compared to Ben Wallace. So my job on the team was not to shoot a ball, go rebound, block shot, play defense. And I remember at home in the playoff game, I shoot like a 15-footer corner. And I just hear my own fans yelling no. Just like, I kid you not, my friends, the admin, no. And
you just knew you had it.
And I knocked it down. I just looked down and told them all to shut up. That was like one of the greatest moments. Yeah.
Coach Courtney, what you got?
I had a Chris Webber moment, man. This was in my freshman year in club. It was double OT. We didn't have a timeout. I actually got the steal, and off the trap, and I called a timeout, and we lost the game. That was one of my embarrassing. The other one was my senior year. I was a hothead when I played. I mean, I'm still a hothead as a coach. People can say that. I mean, that's I play with a lot of aggression. I mean, aggression and emotion. I love the game and I get into it. But my senior year, not proud of it, but was definitely an embarrassing moment. It's a definitely teachable moment. I wish I had film on it. I think we still do. I got to call my old coach if he doesn't, want to just hang up on me. But anyway, with him, what happened was my senior year, I was a 6th man off the bench, first guy off the bench. We were losing. It was a rivalry game. And then one of the big guys tried to dunk, so he came down the middle. I came across with a haymaker, landed him right in the chin, knocked him out. And my buddy they were just like, holy crap, what is, they just were like, man, they can't believe, my point guard's like, dude, I can't believe you did that. And he said the worst thing was you knocked him out and you stood over him and you looked down at him and you told him no, not in my paint. I'm just like, I got ejected, but I got suspended for 3 games. But hey,
rightfully so.
Was that your first time? Playing basketball?
No.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Hey, it was a rivalry game. I was in the moment, definitely not my proudest moment, but it did fire up my teammates. They're just like, dude, like you hate losing. You didn't, you're competitive. You took it serious. I mean, it was, definitely a bad experience. You can't do that. That's so just bad. But I was just in that mindset, I'm like, nah, this guy ain't gonna dunk on me. They ain't gonna, I could have fouled him a different way, but I just came across the lane and caught him.
Man,
just caught him. I'm sure we teach our players not to do such. Go ahead, Coach.
I got a funny one for you guys though. So coming at halftime of our game, we were losing, not by much. And I look back, and my coach is yelling at the assistant coach saying, man, Jones ain't doing nothing, this and that. He's just mad. I'm like, man, whatever. Like, all right. I probably had like 2 boards. So we sit in the locker room. I had one of those big Gatorades, like fruit punch, berry, good.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, man. So we sit in the locker room, and he's yelling, going crazy. I kid you not. He, like, grabbed my whole brand new Gatorade and just threw it across the room. And, like, it just shattered. And I looked at my boy. I was like, man, I was thirsty. Like, I can't believe he did that. Man, I went out there, had, like, 16 boards. I was so mad at that coach, man.
Yeah. But that was some fire.
To this day about it. Me and my coach still laugh to this day about it.
Yeah, you was been a while at 16 boards?
Yeah, man.
Hey.
Yeah.
Just grabbing everything.
That was my only job, man. I was happy I was on the team.
Yeah, that's good if you like you said, it was your first year, but you made it matter definitely with 16 boards and stuff.
Yeah.
That's exciting. It's like they need to see coaches talk about their mess ups too, because we be getting on them with anything,
Yeah.
But that's our experiences and stuff like that. Coaches, I definitely appreciate the opportunity to talk to you guys, man. 100%. Man, I feel like we've been all sheltered in. We all feel like I got hair all up under here.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
George over there looking fresh, man. You got a date?
Coach, you must shave your
look at my hair, man. I need a cut. That's why I got my damn my hat on, man. It's
I am excited I can still grow hair though. That's all right. I was kind of worried because I grade early. I graded like 27. I'm 34 now, so. I'm glad I can still be able to do it. Coach, we're going to do this again before this thing is over with, man. We got to do something. Totally appreciate the opportunity to talk to you guys 100%. Guys, that was the City Coaches Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. Look for further episodes coming up. I totally appreciate the coaches talking to me 100%.
Thank you.
Hold on,